Hey lovelies, it's Kate and it's time to take a closer look at the brand new objects that we received in yesterday's patch. We now have over 1000 brand new objects, and at first I'm going to show you how you can access these objects, and after that we're going to take a closer look at some of the new stuff and we're going to talk about a couple of building ideas. So at first you want to open the cheat console, and you do that by pressing Shift, Control and C. And then you enter the bb.show hidden objects cheat. This is the cheat that we've used since forever to access the debug menu. And then you enter the brand new sheet, the bb.show live edit objects cheat. And after that, you go to the search bar and you enter debug. And you click on one of those. It doesn't matter which one, just any of those. And now we have filtered by island living. You can filter by pack, but you don't have to. And now when we scroll down here, you already see a lot of the good new stuff. So the debug objects are mixed together with the new objects. So it's kind of confusing at first because there's so much stuff, but I recommend filtering by pack and just taking a closer look. So now we have these wonderful rocks. These are just amazing for landscaping. You can do all kinds of different things with these. And I also stumbled upon something that I think is very special and maybe even the coolest object that we got. We got a working waterfall. So you can simply place a rock underneath here, and then you have a beautiful functional waterfall and some water underneath. We're going to do that later, but at first we're going to take a closer look at some of the stuff. So I placed a couple of new things. So this is a Get Famous backdrop. It's supposed to be used in a studio. I used it for the thumbnail, as you may have noticed, and you can use it for all kinds of different things. You can definitely be very creative with these new things. One of the coolest objects, in my opinion, are these here. And there are actually a couple of these. These are part of the base game, so if you want to find them quickly, just again go to the debug area and filter for base game. They are called corner garden plot, lawn flamingo, corner garden plot, large garden plot, oval grass plot. So if you want to just search for these, you can enter this in the search bar as well. Some objects are just called debug, some have a name, so it's always amazing when they have a name because you can just search for them. So there are different, I would just call them flower beds maybe. And I think these are just amazing for a garden or maybe for a community lot, for anything really. And I'm going to place a flower inside just so we can just kind of get an idea what we could do with this. So you could just create the most amazing round flower beds, and they just look perfect. They are quick, it's easy, you don't have to make them yourself. They just look flawless. The shape and all that, it's just perfect. I love these so much already and I cannot wait to use them. So I think that this is something that a lot of builders are probably going to enjoy. The other very set of interesting objects are definitely the cars. These are not functional, but you can use them just for decoration purposes. I know that a lot of people love to size up the little toy car, the base game car, but now we have some really nice cars. There are a couple of cars, they have a different design, so you can just kind of find a matching car for your build. Then we have this little gazebo. It's just amazing. It's part of Cats and Dogs, I think, and it just looks perfect. It's so cool. It just has this, it looks modern because of the glass, but it's also kind of rustic looking. It looks amazing. So I think that this is also one of my favorite objects. Then we have these round fences. These are also part of Cats and Dogs. And there is a matching fence that is straight, so you can just place it and just create a round shape and a nice fence. And this is also part of cats and dogs, and this is just amazing. We have many new fences, and then we have objects like these, and you can simply place it like this, so the fence is not just ending somewhere, but it looks nice and proper. So when you are looking for fences, always keep your eyes open for these little thingies. Then, if you own Get Together, you know the ruins in Windenburg, and we actually got these objects. And even the huge object, the ruin itself, it's such a huge object, it's as big as a 64 by 64 lot almost, but I just placed a couple of those, and I think that this is super amazing for any type of castle build. If you want to build something, I built Edward Scissorhands Castle once, and part of the castle is destroyed, and this would have been perfect. I already saw so much stuff thinking back of builds that I've made where I thought, oh my god, this would have been amazing. So I'm sure that these objects will be so amazing for future builds. We also got a couple of new trees and flowers, so keep your eye open for these. There are many different ones, and of course more rocks. Just amazing for landscaping. I just love this so much. Here's another car. Then we got these corals. These are part of island living, of course. So if you want to build any type of mermaid build, or if you just want to decorate the ocean floor a little bit, you can find different kinds of corals. There are even more than these. I just placed these two so I could talk about the corals and show them to you. There are many actually. Here are more fences. As I've told you, there are a couple of fences. I think that this one here is amazing because it's just so simple. You could use this for all kinds of different things. It's like a very kind of simple wall almost. And this is the matching piece, and it's just amazing maybe for a mansion build where you want to have a proper kind of wall going around it. Then I found this object which looks super amazing, also part of cats and dogs I think. It just looks amazing to create some type of entrance to a lot. I think a lot of this stuff is also amazing for community lots, and here I just had a bit of fun and I found these two objects of cats and dogs. There's also a dog. These don't move, these aren't actually real, I just sized them up, and it's just so funny. You can find so much fun stuff in this new menu. And here is another rock. And here are more fences, and as I said, you find lots of these things that you can just kind of combine. And when you find a fence, keep your eye open for stuff that kind of matches. So we have this gate, for example, and it matches with this fence and with this object here, so you can kind of create your own wonderful fence. Then, just amazing, we got these pavement tiles, so you can build any type of path. A lot of people have used the Get Together stone rock for this. I've done the same, but now we have these amazing tiles. It's just wonderful. And a lot of bushes and plants, flowers, just lots of wonderful things, as I've said, that you can decorate your houses with. And even a complete house. There are complete houses. These are just the ones that you can see in the background of the words, I guess, the empty houses. So these are not functional, but I think it's a lot of fun, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to use these and create lots of fun things with these. So it's so fun. You just pick up a house. It's just a whole complete house that you can use. So here we have the waterfall. I placed a couple of rocks underneath. These are also part of island living, and I just combined them, so I try to fill in the space down here so it doesn't look as if the water is floating. And of course you can just build multiple levels. You could use technically just a room for this. You could raise the terrain and build this. And here I just used a pool, but of course you could totally build this in Solani, so you have a proper waterfall that goes into the ocean basically. But I feel like this is a great idea for mansion builds, for really, really fancy mansion builds basically. So The rocks are kind of the highlight for me about all of this, so I'm going to go to the rock section. So when you just go into the debug section without filtering for anything, and then you just kind of scroll through it, you will quickly see that there are a lot of rocks and they are kind of all in the same place. So there's a lot of stuff, so you kind of really have to look for it. So here we have all the rocks, and you can see there are so many. This is a jungle adventure one. You could of course size it down. I mean, look at this. I'm going to get rid of all of this so we can take a closer look at the rocks, because this is just a highlight for me. Look at these. You could do so many things with these, and these here are part of cats and dogs, and they are kind of more normal looking, I guess you could say. I could totally see them in any type of build, just for regular landscaping. Some of them are really crazy. This is a stranger one, for example, but some of them are kind of more normal looking for everyday use basically. And then for island living we have some that looks very kind of tropical that you could use in the ocean. Just so much good stuff. So I think that this is kind of amazing. I mean, just look at this, for example. For a flower bed, you could raise the terrain and just build a couple of flowers. I cannot wait to use all of these rocks. So this was the quick overview for the new objects. I wanted to show you kind of my favorites and give you an idea of the stuff that is new, and wanted to show you how you can access these. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I hope that you are going to have a lot of fun with all the new objects, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye!